Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And you know what else I love? I love my cup mug, and y'all, because it's so great. And you can get your cup mug at LanaDCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Y'all.
One of these days, I'll install the rainbow lights I have and just do the exact same thing. Be surprising to both of us, honestly, if it works.
Word.
But hello, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel, and we see a common reality TV trope just tested here today again that if you put a Canadian on an American show, they will just win. I don't know what it is, but they just win by default. And I am not mad at it.
Not really at all. But yes, we're talking about Destination X, the final episode. I'm sad, actually. I
So am
really,
I.
I really enjoyed this season. I really enjoyed not just watching the seasons, but talking to the contestants after they left the show. It's been a pleasure and an honor to do that. And it's just been fun. It's just been a good season, a good show to watch. I'm very happy we started watching it. And it's been great.
It genuinely has been an incredible show. We've been so lucky to talk to basically everyone about exits and everything, and everyone has been so amazing and respectful. And also, I don't think we mentioned it last week when we actually did it, but Allie and Mac, congratulations. I'm so happy. Like, genuinely, my heart melted. Allie literally told us, like, yeah, no, Mac and I would be a great, amazing race team. Did not clock in my mind at all that that's what was happening, and I'm fully here for it.
Yeah, I when I did my exit interview with Shane, I purposely, well, I honestly just didn't feel like asking him about it. We had just talked to him not too long ago, and honestly, it's not my business to ask people about personal relationships, and so I didn't. But congrats to them, to those two, and yeah, they've been making a lot light of it a lot on TikToks lately. So in
Mm-hmm.
videos, so I kind of appreciate their, you know, the fun they're having with this. But also while we're talking about things, my heart is so heavy and for Janae right now. And so
Mm-hmm.
we are definitely sending all of our love to Janae right now, even though we didn't get the chance to talk to her because she was dealing with her Beyond the Villa press tour right at the same time she got eliminated from the show. So she was too busy to come and have exit interview with us. But love her down. If y'all see any of our Love Island
Mm-hmm.
content from season 6, y'all know I love her down. If y'all see any of the content what's on this show, love her down. She is going to be fine. She is going to be rise above all of this nonsense. And sucks for you to that man who I will never mention again, because you fumbled a baddie and your racist, narcissistic hatred has just had you fumble a baddie. So I hope you have the life you deserve, which is not a lot. So we move on from that. Just want to throw
Mm-hmm.
that out there as well. Uh, ill,
Co-sign
ill,
every single word of that.
ill to that man. Ill to that man. I'm sorry. I'm very much in my feelings because I
Oh,
literally
yeah.
rooted for them, but I rooted for them because of her.
Mm-hmm.
You, sir, were always the plus one, and you are quickly dropped now that you want to show your true colors. Bye. Ill to that man. Not even a man. Ill to that thing. Anyway. Janae, we love you. We love you, girl. Always and forever. Period. There we go. That's all the love to you. But we are going to talk about Destination X because we have a finale to talk about. And we also have interviews with Rick and Biggie. Peter was also busy, could not have an interview with Peter, unfortunately. But that is going to come out shortly after this video comes out. So if you're watching this, then you can go watch the chat I had with Biggie and with Rick, and it was great conversations. But anyway, follow us on this channel if you haven't done that. If you haven't subscribed to us, and I really hope you have, if you haven't, just go do it right now because we're going to continue to give you the best content that we have. And we are also on a mission here at the Cup TV to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. We are almost there. We need a few. We need some people. Well, not almost. Well, we're moving up, and we
We're
would
good.
love
We're a good way there.
we're a good way there. So we would love to have a lot more of you join us. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it. If you are a fan of competitive reality television, we are talking all things. We're just wrapping up Destination X. We're talking the snake. We're in the midst of Big Brother. We're talking Project Runway starts this week, the new season of Project Runway. So we will be talking about that. Other shows that maybe I'm thinking about maybe talking about Perfect Matches starting on Netflix. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna have to look it and see if I'm interested.
Yeah.
I might be interested in Perfect Match this season. Um, we know Survivor's coming back very soon, and Amazing Race is starting soon. So we're going to definitely be covering all of those. So this channel is where you can find all of your competitive reality television needs. If you have shows that you want to recommend us, put them in the comments, and we'll think about seeing if those are some shows that we could watch and talk about. So let us know.
I I will also mention we're also doing some lovely international stuff.
Yes.
Survivor Australia versus the World is coming very soon. We may be done with Destination X in the US, but another version in the UK is starting up, so we'll be there as
Like,
well.
like literally, we don't get a break from Destination X. We might, like you said, we're done in the US. UK starts literally this week. So we're going to go right into Destination X UK as well.
I want to say probably by the time we finish this actual recording, the episode in the UK will be starting. So like no rest.
No rest for the weary, but you know what? We don't need it. We're going to continue to go. Also, Love Island Games is coming out in September, so we will be talking
Mm.
about that. It's a lot going on this channel, so this is the place, the one-stop shop for all things competitive reality television. So please hit that subscribe button, follow us, hit the notification bell, do that. Follow all of our channels at the Cup Pod for Drag Entertainment, at the Cup ESC for Eurovision Entertainment, and the Cup Ringside for WWE Entertainment. All of that is happening for your consumption. Follow our audio podcast links if you need to check us out on the go. That link is also in the description below, as well as our Patreon for early access and exclusive content, and all of our socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. So that introduction went much longer than I thought, but we're gonna get into this episode. But we start the budget. I'm gonna say the budget.
Oh, the budget.
The budget is budgeting here on Destination X because we start off with our final three in a helicopter.
Just casually, yeah. You know, the bus felt really weird today. It felt really small. It also felt like it was flying for some reason. Just a little different than normal.
I mean, they had the goggles on, but I'm like, I'm sure they knew they were in a helicopter because hello.
Yeah, we're just like episode 7, we're not hiding the fact we're in London.
No,
Like there's no hiding it. There's no need.
there's no need because the destination is going to be destination X is somewhere in London. They know that. They don't have to put it on the map to figure out where it is. They just now have to figure out what part of London they're going to be in for the destination X. Um, and so they see that once the goggles come back on, they see they're in London. They're flying over all the major. spots that you could see. You see the London Eye, you see Big Ben, you see the Buckingham Palace, you see the cathedrals, you see all of the major landmarks in London. They're flying high. So they're all excited. Rick, Biggie, and Peter are all excited to know where they are, see where they're, what they have to
Hmm.
do. And so once they get off the helicopter, they find themselves in the painted hall of the old Royal Naval College. So it's beautiful. I've never been there and I want to go now because it's beautiful.
It's so
Mhm.
I've never been there, but God, is it so pretty?
It's stunning. It's like, wow. They go into this room and they have to play a trivia game. Like first they do their we got a lot of why why they're playing and what they're doing this for and what they're going to do with the money if they win kind of conversations. Biggie wants to take his grandmother on vacation because she just lost her husband. Um Rick is doing this for his family. Of course, he wants to buy a house and get back into a home for their family since they had to sell their home during the COVID times. And Peter wants to move back to the West Coast to be closer to his family. His brother's about to have a child, Willow, we found out, and he wants to be back closer so he can be the uncle that he wants
Hmm.
to be to the baby and be back close to family. So all that is great, lovely. Jeffrey comes in to spoil the party. He's like, okay, let's wrap this up. Um, and he has they're gonna play a trivia game. It's nine spaces behind them, and one correct answer, they were forced to either move themselves forward or move another player backwards. And whoever is the furthest away from Jeffrey is going to be eliminated from the game. And it was different spaces, different, like one question was you move one space, and another card was two spaces or three spaces. And so the questions, they get the questions, and it's really about stuff that maybe was mentioned in the game or things around common
Yeah,
knowledge you should know about these places where you've been in the game. But the first question, I don't know the questions.
I
Do you have the
believe I do.
okay?
The first one is where does Romeo and Juliet take place?
Yes. And I knew that answer. I was like, oh, Verona, because I know about Space Needle. But Biggie said London. Knew it was incorrect. They said London. Didn't know. And so Rick answers Verona, correct, and moves Biggie back one. And that shocked Biggie. He was like, oh,
Ah, okay. What's
okay,
happening
what's happening
here?
here? Peter says Milan. He's incorrect. And so he just stays where he is. So the next question.
What country has I what country has national languages of French, Italian, and there's one other that I'm
German,
forgetting.
German, German.
German, yes.
And so Biggie says Switzerland. He is correct. So he moves Peter back one. And then Rick also says Switzerland. He's correct. And he moves Biggie back two.
I think probably Peter gets moved back too.
Yeah, I
Honestly, it
believe
could
it
be
back
my
two.
notes being wrong.
I thought so too. I think they moved both back two. And then Peter says Italy, which is incorrect. No. So, oh, wait, no, it was one space. So it was one space. So they both moved
Okay.
back one space. But yeah, so oh, okay. So I think the back two that I wrote down, it was he was moved to the second. He's in two spaces
Oh, okay.
back.
That makes sense. Yep. Okay.
Okay, but yeah, but two. The question three is they get to move two spaces back for the third question, which was
Uh, I actually don't remember. This is the one question that I'm looking at the answer and going, no idea.
Oh wait, what means monk? What
Oh,
country
yes.
means monk? Everybody answers correctly. It's Munich. Um, Biggie moves himself back up to, and he then Rick moves Biggie back to, and then Peter moves Biggie back to more. And it's starting to sink into Biggie like, okay, I see what this is.
Oh, yeah. I need to figure out a way to not immediately get screwed here. Thankfully, they can only push him back so far.
Right, right.
It, it's a 10 space board and they're starting on space 1, so they can only push him back 9 spaces. But yeah, it's fully 2 against 1, just like it was against Allie.
Yeah, yeah. So the next space, they have to move one space on that question.
The question was true or false, there are more bicycles than people in Amsterdam.
Rick is the only one that they show answered true, so I'm guessing Biggie and Peter got it wrong.
Either that or both of them got it right. Biggie moved forward 1, Peter moves back 1. Doesn't
Right,
matter to really show it.
right. And then so the next question is three spaces, and it was who wrote most of the fairy tales that they were talking about when they went to Amsterdam. And everybody answered correctly. Grimm brothers. So Biggie moves Peter back 3, Rick moves Biggie back 3, and then Peter moves himself 3.
I am pretty confident at this point that essentially Biggie is on the back wall. Like he literally cannot be moved back further at this point. So it
Yeah,
is
he was at
literally just
Josh.
don't screw him.
He was at Josh.
Yeah.
Like literally could not go no further because there were pictures of all the fallen contestants. He was at Josh, and we all know
Yeah.
Josh went out first. So
Mm.
um the next question, they got to move 2 spaces.
What is the city of lights? I believe.
Yes. And for whatever reason, Rick and Peter said Athens. And
Sure.
and then Biggie says Paris, which is correct. And he moves Peter back 2.
Yeah.
Then the last question, because they don't know when these questions are going to be the last questions, they just have to go into the bell tolls. Um, the last question moves somebody 3 spaces.
Where is the Sistine Chapel?
Peter says Italy. Wrong.
You know what? Honestly, a good guess.
hmm It was wrong. Um, Rick says the Holy See or Vatican City, which is correct. And he is forced to move Peter back 3 spaces.
There is no other move that he can make. He can't move himself forward 3, which means he has to move someone back 3. And Biggie's already on the wall.
Right,
So basically, Rick has to screw Peter in like the very much most. Wait, Rick's best option was to just get the question wrong?
right,
Very strange game design, but sure, whatever. As long as it was explained to that beforehand, sure.
right. And then Biggie picked Vatican City, which is correct.
Mm-hmm.
He has an opportunity to move 3 spaces and be ahead of Peter by 1 space.
By 1 space. Peter is 2 from the back. Biggie can actually decide to move in front of Peter, but no.
He chooses to move Peter back, and I don't know if he thought it was more questions, or and as soon as they said the answer, he moved Peter back, and now Peter was tied with him. The bell tolled, and the game is over. And it's like he knew
Oh,
right away. He's like, shoot.
yeah.
And so they had to do a tiebreaker question. And the tiebreaker question was how many islands make up Venice? And it was whoever was the closest would win. Biggie writes 210, and Peter writes 27. Y'all, the correct answer of this question is 118 islands.
I
And I'm
swear
saying,
to God, it feels scripted. I'm so sorry. This feels scripted, but I also know it's real and it's tragic.
I was sitting there trying to do the math so fast, but my brain didn't work that. I'm like, 118, 210, 118, 20. I couldn't figure it out fast
Mm-mm.
enough. And I literally gagged when Jeffrey said that they were both off by one island. Like, literally, one island is going to cost somebody a win and an elimination. I was gagged. I was gagged, gagged, and gagged.
It genuinely felt like a moment of okay, so great. So no, now someone can just accuse the show of being fake. Like this is just too much. But I'm totally here for it to be this nail bitey.
It was crazy, but eventually Biggie was off by 92 and Peter was off by 91. Crazy,
Insane.
crazy, crazy. I was like, are you kidding me? What?
This is now the second estimation question that Peter has been wildly off on and still is the closest.
It's the story of his journey on this
Yeah.
show. It has been the story. So Biggie's gone, just like that. And this is like now it's down to, and that's what Biggie had to find out about the secret alliance between Peter and Rick. And he's just like, "Dang, this is crazy. I've been with Rick from day one, and it's just crazy."
Uh,
But after the elimination, the final two players were given three riddles in a row linking various landmarks around London. And if they went to the correct location, they'll receive a clue to Destination X. If they were incorrect, they will receive nothing. After all three riddles, players had 90 seconds to acquire the clues to Destination X in a map room that was brought to them because they were in a car. And then with the closest to Destination X winning the season, well, you literally had to be on Destination X to win the
yeah.
season. You had to find the right destination to do it. And so this was like a scavenger hunt as well as, you know, a single person amazing race, find the clue, go to the next clue.
Yeah. Very cute. I did love it.
I did too. I did too. But poor them because first of all, London weather, y'all tripped out. This rain, this rain, you know.
It's like you do have a 50-50 chance of London being a stormy mess. And unfortunately, the one time they really decide to like film outside London, it is a mess.
Mess, just storms, just rain. These poor people standing outside to get these clues just had to just stand in the rain. Sick, sick,
Horrible.
sick and twisted. But so let's go through this challenge because clue they had two choices to get these clues. Um, and they pick one of these cards, read the clue, and then they have to go to that location. So both Peter and Rick for the first one picked Rome, Money is power as their clue. Now, do you have the clues or you don't have the clues? Because I don't have the clues.
I generally remember what they were about. In general, the name on the clue itself, along
Mm,
with a couple of riddles, a couple of lines of a riddle, is just supposed to point you to the right direction.
right.
Here, it was primarily talking about pounds and where it's kept.
Yes. And so both Rick and Peter figured it was Bank of England. They were both correct. They both got their next clue. The next Peter picked Amsterdam and Rick picked Paris. So Rick did Amsterdam and his was getting high, like as the highest point in London, which
Mm-hmm.
was the Shard, which was the tallest building in London. He guessed that, went to get the next clue. Rick, on the other hand, was lost in love, and his clue mentioned Cupid because he was confused for a minute. It was Cupid and Carnival, and
Mm-hmm.
so then he finally figured out that he saw the Cupid on the map, and it was Piccadilly Circus. He was correct. He got his next clue. The third one for Peter, he picked Monaco, and it was play your hand. Like it mentioned cards and
Two
gambling,
columns.
2 column cards, yeah, whatever. So he picks the Tower Bridge because Tower had 2 columns and Bridge is a card game. He was correct. And Rick picked Salzburg, and it was playing detective, and it was in like Dear Watson element. He
Yeah.
regular Sherlock Holmes, and he went to Baker Street, and he was correct.
Yeah, nice and simple, like riddle cracking for both of them. Both of them basically got two without even thinking about it, and had one where they were kind of iffy. So, I mean, good either way for them.
Absolutely. So then they had all three of their boxes from all three of the clues, and now that was supposed to give them their final clue to Destination X. In those boxes were a picture of Queen Elizabeth, a picture of a hourglass, and a $100 bill, U.S. dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at those, they had to figure out where they were going. And so Peter took the Queen Elizabeth picture, was like, okay, money and time. He said timeless pieces. A lot of money is, spent or on those jewels. And Queen Elizabeth, he picks the Tower of London because that is where they hold the crown jewels, which made sense. If you
Mm-hmm.
look at the pictures, that made sense. Rick, on the other hand, looked at that and was like, okay, the queen, the hourglass is time. The queen is they where Big Ben is located is named after Queen Elizabeth. And then look, but it wasn't until he had the $100 bill. He was like, why does it $100 bill US dollars and not pounds? Because we're in England, it should be pounds and not this US dollar. But then he looks at it, he says, Benjamin Franklin is on the $100 bill. Ben. This is a big bill. Big Ben. Boom. He figured it out. And so he chooses Big Ben. They had the map room, like you said, it was brought to them. They had the map room and they had to put their X on where they thought they were. And so Rick puts his on Big Ben, Peter puts his on Tower of London, and now it's off to these places to figure out who was correct. Now, my question to you, Jack, if both of them picked Big Ben or picked the same place, is it now foot race? Who comes in first place?
I don't think it would have been a foot race. I probably think they had some sort of additional challenge ready to go, because an estimation question again is just, it's not enough for
Mhm.
the finale. they probably had some mini challenge where the first person to complete it wins. At least that's
Hmm.
my thought. Because at the end of the day, they're in different cabs in different places. Just, oh, well, the Tower Bridge is closer to Big Ben than Salzburg. Peter wins because he chose riddles that were inadvertently closer. Like
Right,
that doesn't feel as nice as just there's a challenge to complete. Go ahead.
right. But we do go to. They take us to Big Ben first, and we see Rick walk up, and we see Peter. They go to the Tower uh, of London, and they both walk up to their briefcase, and they're going to open the briefcase. One of it has the money in it. One of it has nothing. We open up the briefcase, and Rick's briefcase has the money.
Uh,
Peter is eliminated, and Rick is our winner.
I will be honest. I would have been happy with either, but
Yes.
I was rooting for Rick. Essentially, not even before I saw him like on the cast. I had seen Rick previously at the Survivor 48 finale, and I was like, yep, okay, Rick is one of like the reality TV people. He is loving this kind of stuff, fully on board, along with Ty at the time, and then Ty
Yeah.
went out, unfortunately. So I was always on the Rick train. So happy to see this.
I will admit I was not always on the Rick train at the beginning. I wasn't on the Rick train. It wasn't until he did what I said I would have done when Janae and Peter got on that bus. And
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, "Oh, I'm fully on board the Rick train now because Rick is he's thinking. Because why would you throw away two new potential allies because they came in late instead of pulling them in with you and helping them work out with you? Because now you have their undying trust because everybody else is shunning them at the time, Rick was at the bottom of the totem pole. Like they were not feeling Rick. If Janae and Peter didn't come on that bus that week, they would have been gunning to get Rick out that next week. So I was like, from that moment on, seeing Rick make that pact with Janae and Peter, I was like, I'm on board because Rick is thinking about it, and I and y'all, it was so good to see Rick win this. I clapped, I cheered, I was like, "Yes, I'm so happy." I I agree with you. If Peter would have won, I would have been just as happy because Peter played a great game coming in this. My favorite 3 people in this cast, well, favorite 4 people in this cast after middle of the game was Peter, Janae, Rick, and Biggie. So I would have been
Mm-hmm.
happy with any of those 3 people winning the game because I was like, these people are actually playing this game the best. The best to
Yeah.
me. I enjoyed it. And I'm just like Janae because Janae is Janae. But I would always wanted Janae to win. I always want Janae to win. But
Yeah.
Peter played this game so well, and I enjoyed watching him this game. And Biggie, ugh, love him. Yeah. But Rick, just he just played it the best. He
Yeah.
just played it the best. And I promise y'all definitely want to check out the interviews that I did with Rick and Biggie because insightful. They let us know how they are feeling, and it was such a joy and a pleasure to talk to both of them. But shout out and congratulations to Rick once again. I know I told you because I know Rick is watching. Rick watches us, by the way. Ew. uh, but I know I told you in the interview. But I love watching you play this game. I love watching you play this game. You should be proud, and your family should be so proud of how you played this game, and you came home, you got that dub. Period.
I mean, literally the only stumbling point for Rick throughout the entire game was the map room where no one knew what was going on.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah,
everything worked out. Biggie was incredibly impressive of just never leaving the US but studying so hard that he overshot like people who were all traveled around the world. And then Peter, now he has a perfect storyline for the next show he does of I was
Mhm.
this close, now the only thing left to do is win.
Win. Absolutely. Absolutely. Peter, you just keep getting better and better each game you go
Mm.
on. So continue to do it. Play another one. Do it again, and just you go get that win because you are a good player. I enjoy you more on these shows than The Bachelor. So stay away from the dating shows. Stick to the strategic shows. Love you on those. Great. But that is the end of Destination X US.
I'm genuinely so sad. This was such a good show. I was
Mm-hmm.
like genuinely every single episode I was hooked. I
Yeah.
There was not a dud episode.
No, not at all. I enjoyed it all. I enjoyed them all. But like we said, there's no rest for us because just when Destination X US ends, Destination X UK starts, and we will be covering that. So we gonna be right really quickly talking about Destination X US
Literally this week.
literally this week. So we're not off the bus yet. We still getting on. We just jumped off this helicopter and jumped on another bus. So
We're just, we're getting off the bus in the UK and then getting on that same bus again and just going back around.
yeah, we should go back around again because yeah, that's what we have to do. But we are going to be back talking more Destination X and all the other shows that we are covering here. So if you are a fan of any of these shows that we watch, competition, reality television, please hit the link. Also, if you want, if there's a show that you're like, you know what, I want to talk about that show. I've never thought about doing a podcast and I want to talk about that show. You know what you can do? Send us a video of you of like a mini just telling us about how you would love to be on a podcast and talk about a show and tell us about what shows you're interested in. Send it to our email at the cup of reality at gmail.com. The cup of reality at gmail.com. Let us know what shows you want to talk about. If you're interested in joining the podcast, send in a little short minute video. We'll talk, figure out and see where we can put you. We would love to have more new faces on this panel. So let us know if there are shows you're interested in talking about, and send us a video. But also subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. Follow us on all of our socials. Follow our join our Patreon. Follow our audio podcast links. Follow us on all of our socials. I said that. You can follow Jack and myself at those same places if you wanna, and get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. All those links will be in the description below. We're gonna get out of here because we got so much more things to do.
So
So
many more things.
so many more things. So you just go click on the next video. We're gonna go get to work and we will see you the next time. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.